This is big breaking news. The U.S. State Department has just issued an urgent alert warning countries and people to, quote, take action now because there could be attacks coming soon. We are also getting news that there has been multiple attacks on a U.S. embassy as well just in the past 24 hours. So let's get into all the details here. You guys can see this alert was just issued. It says here in a State Department-wide cable today, all U.S. diplomats were directed to tell foreign governments, quote, at the highest appropriate level that they, quote, must move expeditiously to diminish the capabilities of Iran because of a, quote, elevated risk of attack on their own countries. Several allies have publicly rejected Trump's call to join a military coalition to protect the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has unleashed its proxy networks to wreak havoc and to reduce tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz to inflict economic pain globally, the memo said, which was seen by NBC News. Quote, Iran also has demonstrated the capability and intent to sponsor terrorist attacks in the United States and other parts of the world targeting U.S., Israeli, and Iranian opposition targets. The State Department memo to all U.S. diplomatic posts titled, quote, elevated concern of IRGC activity, quote, action needed now, said the listed talking points must be delivered before Friday and where possible in coordination with their Israeli counterparts. In countries where they have not already done so, U.S. diplomats were instructed to urge the swift designation of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and Hezbollah as terrorist organizations to further increase the pressure on Iran. Quote, we urge your country to designate the IRGC and Hezbollah as terror organizations proactively rather than retroactively following an attack on your soil or against your interest, a suggested talking point said. All countries are also to be encouraged to add the names of the IRGC and Hezbollah members and supporters to their terror watch list. Quote, joint pressure is likely to compel behavior change by the regime than unilateral actions alone. Says, quote, we must act while international attention is focused now to end the Iranian campaign of terror in the Middle East and globally. Do not allow this critical moment to pass. So they're saying, look, we need help. We want you guys to join to knock Iran out. And they're saying if you don't join to help knock Iran out, then there could be attacks in your home country. All right, so that's kind of what this boils down to. And it's saying that we've already seen attacks in the U.S. and we could see attacks inside the United States as well too. So everyone just needs to be on high alert for any type of event like this. We've already seen multiple events lately over the past few weeks of bombings, people throwing bombs in the middle of New York City, people attacking bars, people attacking events, and we've seen a lot of this just in the past few weeks, okay? We've seen people planning things as well. So just keep your head on a swivel just in case, all right? Because we even got warnings, hey, there could be these sleeper cells activated. All the warning signs are triggering right now for something big to happen, okay? And maybe it hasn't happened yet because things are getting pre-positioned first for it to happen. So let me know what you guys think of this warning here. I know some people are going to be wary of it and think, oh man, this is, what's this really mean? So just be prepared, be ready, be stocked up just in case, all right? Because I'm worried that something big might happen that does drag in all these other countries, all right? And maybe Russia and China get dragged into, maybe other countries get dragged into it as well if more U.S. allies get dragged into it. So it could move towards a world war scenario potentially. Most likely not. That's worst case scenario, but that's kind of what they're wargaming just in case. It says here, hours ago, U.S. forces successfully employed multiple 5,000-pound deep penetrator munitions on hardened Iranian missile sites along Iran's coastline near the Strait of Hormuz. The Iranian anti-ship cruise missiles in these sites pose a risk to international shipping in the strait. So you can see there, they're showing you exactly where They are hitting these sites in Iran, right? And this is a major threat, right? They are hitting any ship that they want to that goes through there, and they're using this infrastructure to do it. So this is part of it, right? I think we're going to see maybe even a move on Karg Island as well too. There's 2,500 Marines that are on the way to this region right now, right? And I think that's part of securing the Strait of Hormuz, is securing Karg Island as well, which processes 80 to 90% of Iran's oil exports. All right, you can see here there's also been multiple attacks on the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad as well. You can see this is a video from today of the U.S. Embassy being hit there. They're ordering all U.S. Embassy staff to be on high alert and to increase security protocols. And there was an attack on the same embassy as well yesterday, right? So this embassy keeps getting hit, and they think it's even Iraqi forces, most likely Iraqi rebel forces, that are hitting it. So they don't even think it's Iranian forces currently that are hitting this embassy. So this is a very complex and convoluted situation. There's lots of different groups with lots of different interests in this region, and there's really not a lot of clear sides. So there's even groups inside of Iraq. Sorry, there's a bunch of flies out here. I'm over by the water over here. So there's a bunch of flies getting me right now. But there's even a bunch of different groups inside of Iraq that some of them like Iran, some of them don't. Okay, some of them like the US, some of them don't. So it's like a complex situation over there, and that's why security is very hard to implement, because even inside, quote, friendly countries, you have these hostile groups that will attack U.S. forces and U.S. installations as well. So that's what's going on. There was also a drone. Okay, I'm going to move over here a little bit. There's also a drone that was flying around this U.S. embassy. Okay, so it was mapping it out. So they sent over a FPV drone that had a fiber optic cable on it, and they were using that to map out the U.S. embassy. And then the next day there was a massive attack there. Okay, so even these FPV drones, these first-person drones, they're still being used. You see a lot of those in Ukraine and Russia. They're being used in this situation as well too, to map out these facilities. It was flying around unchecked for minutes before any type of anti-drone system engaged that drone that was mapping out the U.S. embassy. And then there was an attack on it the next day, and then attack the next day, today. So our U.S. installations in this region they're not safe. They're being heavily targeted, all right? And that's why they're warning that they're putting out this alert. They're, especially Middle Eastern countries, they're going to be targeted, all right? There could be attacks like this. European countries, they could potentially be targeted. And even in the U.S., we could see some of this stuff, right? So let me know what you guys think down below. There's also hits going on right now in Israel currently. All right, so this is a video from tonight in Israel, and you can see multiple missiles have hit the underground railroad system there, the subway system, and has caused damage. All right, it looks like it didn't actually penetrate to underground, but it caused a lot of damage, probably just from shockwaves and from impact. All right, so that's what's happening. There's also been multiple cluster munitions that have been hitting Israel and Tel Aviv as well. It's been causing these scenes that you're seeing here, and there's been a lot of destruction in Tel Aviv and Israel since this started. Okay, they've been getting hit very hard. You can see there's a big crater over here in the middle of the road. This is because Iran launched a massive cluster munition attack against Israel and Tel Aviv tonight. And these are harder to knock down than traditional missile systems, ballistic missiles, because it's multiple munitions at once. Okay, so they're not as powerful individually as a single missile, but it's a cluster of them, so it's harder to hit them all at once and to actually knock them all down. All right, so multiple cluster munitions. You can see some more damage here to some facilities in Israel as well, near Tel Aviv. You can see some more damage. All right, so they're getting hit hard too. Israel is. Iran is getting hit extremely hard. All right, you guys can see this picture here. I'm trying to find it for you guys. The satellite imagery. It says new satellite imagery of Iran shows damage to Tehran oil depot from Israeli strikes. So you can see there, this is what it looked like before. All right, this is what it looked like before. So this is the oil facility in Tehran. And then this is what it looked like after. All right, look at that. That is insane how you can just see the difference in all the oil everywhere that is spilled. And it's really hard to clean up. You know, it's not something that you just go and scoop it up. It seeps into the ground, and it's flammable. There's probably a lot of things burned, so there's a lot of like hazardous material mixed in with this stuff, and it's going to be a mess. All right, so you can kind of see too where the oil was like running into different areas. So there's a big explosion in the center, and then the oil kind of running out, and that's when we saw those videos of oil going down the streets that was on fire in Tehran. All right, there's literally just oil going down the gutters that was on fire from this facility because it's right in the heart of Tehran. So they've been getting hit hard too. This is new satellite imagery. We just have seen exactly the extensive damage. You can see before and after. It's pretty wild to actually see the impact here. All right, so let me know what you guys think down below. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying prepared, staying stocked up, staying ready. I've just had a feeling, yeah, there could be something, some type of cyber attack, some type of physical attack, something that gets everyone on board and gets everyone's attention. Because even right now, the war it's kind of niche. It's kind of a niche topic. It's like, you know, we like it, right? People, the viewers, you know, you guys watching my channel, I'm into this stuff, but it's not really the general public. They're not keeping up on all these updates, exactly what's going on in the war. They maybe know a war is going on, but they don't really know exactly what's going on. I'm worried there's going to be some type of big event that kind of gets everyone's attention to be like, hey, wow, this war is something else, and Iran is actually pretty bad. Okay, I think that something like that might happen soon to kind of get the public's consciousness, you know, maybe focus on this a little bit more so they can get more support behind it, get more allies behind it, other countries behind it, just to like finish the job. Because if they really want to do this, they're going to have to go in there and seize the nuclear material. Okay, they're going to have to take the nuclear material. That's just how it is. They can't just, what's the point of doing all this if you just leave and then leave all the nuclear material there that they've been enriching? They can just make a nuclear bomb right after the war or even during the war, and they have reason to use it because they could say, hey, we're threatened, our leader has been killed, and we're going to use this nuke, and maybe they'll use it on like Israel or someone. Okay, so let's hope it doesn't get to that, but it kind of seems like that has to be a part of the plan where U.S. forces have to go in and seize this nuclear material. All right, and if they don't, then yeah, maybe we could see something. We could see some type of like dirty bomb, nuclear dirty bomb or something along those lines, or like some type of surprise nuclear attack, something along those lines. So let me know what you guys think. I'm just wargaming here, thinking what could happen. Let me know what you guys think could happen. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying prepared, staying stocked up. Hope you have big blessings for your life and your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.